The act of creating is a 3-step process, and it is actually incredibly simple to create something from nothing. And I'm going to tell you what those 3 steps are, but first, I just want to introduce myself for those of you who are new. My name is Lauren Clark. I'm a writer, performer, and a spiritual empowerment mentor to creatives. My goal is to help you create more and struggle less and help you build a lucrative and fulfilling creative business. So now that we're acquainted, yes, hello, hi, how are you? The 3 steps are visualization, which leads to inspired action, which then leads to realization. So when I say visualization, it is exactly what it sounds like. Are you clear on what your grand vision is? What are you genuinely wanting to create? What does it look like? What's the lifestyle? What's the vibe? What's the energy? Can you see it in your mind's eye? Not only can you see it in your mind's eye, but like, what does it feel like? Like, what does success mean to you and how does it make you feel? If we can get you tapped into that, then that'll easily take you to the next step. So the next step is inspired action, and it builds on the first step, which visualization, right? You are imagining and dreaming so much until you are at a point where it would actually hurt to not take steps toward the life that you really want. That is why I say step 1 is probably the most important step, but at the same time, don't stay stuck there. Like, there's so many dreamers out there that, especially today, but don't stay stuck in the dream. What are small steps that you can take from that inspiration, from that inspired dreaming that you've been doing to get you just a little bit closer, to get you there just a little bit each day, moving the needle forward, as some people might say. And as you are taking those small steps, guess what you mosey on into? Step 3, which is realization. Now, realization is both the easiest thing and also the hardest thing, because realization usually involves some kind of audience, some kind of community, some kind of exchange with the world, because you have created something. You have done the unthinkable and you have taken absolutely nothing, but you made something out of it. Because of daily inspired action, you now have something to share, something to give. So part of the realization step is feedback. When you realize something, maybe you wrote a song or you made a film or you wrote an essay, realization is like sharing that with the world and receiving the feedback. In a lot of ways, what you are creating, it takes a lot of your will to bring it into the physical realm. But once it's out there, once it's in the world, then it kind of like takes a life of its own. And that is art. And usually from the feedback, from the engagement, from the outside world, what you are then receiving is new ideas, new dreams, new visualization, which then will lead you to inspired action. And then that inspired action is going to realize in some way, shape, or form if you just trust the process and show up every single day. And then you get more ideas. And do you see how it's kind of like a loop? It just keeps going and going and going. But where a lot of creatives kind of get in their own way is they doubt the process, or they take a really long break and then they have to like work themselves up to get back in. But it's really just a loop. And if you would just stay in it, ride the waves, the highs and the lows, like all creativity, all of life really is just a series of peaks and valleys. It's ups and downs, but you are in control all the time. You get to decide what you want to create, and it all starts within. So honestly, that is the simplest way I can put it in like less than 5 minutes. Please let me know Is this resonating with you at all? Does this make any sense? Is this 3-step process something that you as a creative might apply to your life or business? Let me know in the comments if this helped you, or if you want me to elaborate on any part of this. I would be so happy to. Honestly, the topic of creativity is something that I could talk about endlessly. So if you want to come be a part of the conversation, like and follow for more.